Hello, welcome to Module 9, Humanitarian Coordination and Collaboration. Coordination and collaboration are essential to ensuring that humanitarian aid is delivered effectively and efficiently. Humanitarian organizations often work in complex environments with multiple stakeholders, including governments, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, international agencies, and local communities. This module will explore the importance of coordination in humanitarian action, the various coordination mechanisms, and how effective collaboration leads to better outcomes for affected populations. Importance of coordination in humanitarian response. Coordination is vital in ensuring that humanitarian aid is delivered in a way that avoids duplication, gaps, and competition between different organizations. In a disaster or conflict zone, multiple humanitarian organizations may be operating simultaneously, and without proper coordination, resources can be wasted or misdirected. Key benefits of coordination: avoidance of duplication, ensuring that different organizations do not provide the same services to the same population. Resource efficiency, sharing resources, expertise, and information between agencies to maximize their impact. Harmonization of standards, ensuring that all organizations adhere to the same humanitarian standards and principles. Improved response times, facilitating faster response to emergencies through coordinated efforts. Stronger impact, when organizations work together, the cumulative impact of their efforts is often greater than if they operated independently. Humanitarian coordination mechanisms. Several mechanisms have been established to facilitate coordination between different actors in the humanitarian response, including both formal and informal structures. These mechanisms aim to streamline efforts and improve the overall effectiveness of humanitarian operations. Cluster system. The United Nations established the cluster system in 2005 to improve coordination in humanitarian operations. Under this system, different sectors such as health, education, and water sanitation are grouped into clusters, each led by a UN agency or an NGO. The cluster system helps to ensure a coordinated approach to providing services within each sector, identify gaps in services and help prioritize needs, facilitate the sharing of information and resources among cluster members. Humanitarian country teams, HCTs. The HCTs are a group of humanitarian actors operating in a given country. These teams include representatives from UN agencies, NGOs, government representatives, and donors. The HCT ensures that all humanitarian organizations are working towards a common goal, sharing information, and coordinating activities. OCHA, Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. OCHA plays a critical role in coordination both globally and at the country level. It helps to support the efforts of all humanitarian actors, facilitates information sharing, and ensures that the needs of affected populations are being met. OCHA also provides leadership in emergencies and helps mobilize financial resources for humanitarian work. Humanitarian principles for effective coordination. Coordination must always be guided by key humanitarian principles that ensure the response remains impartial, neutral, and focused on those in greatest need. Human suffering must be addressed wherever it is found, with particular attention to vulnerable populations. Impartiality, humanitarian assistance must be provided based on need, without discrimination. Neutrality, humanitarian organizations must not take sides in hostilities or engage in controversies of a political, racial, religious, or ideological nature. Independence, humanitarian action must be autonomous from political, military, or other objectives. Collaboration between humanitarian and development actors. While humanitarian organizations focus on immediate relief during crisis, development organizations work to address long-term issues such as poverty, education, and infrastructure. Effective collaboration between these two groups is essential for building resilience in communities and ensuring that recovery from humanitarian crises is sustainable. Linking humanitarian aid and development. Early recovery, In the aftermath of a crisis, humanitarian assistance should be aimed at laying the foundation for long-term development. This can include building infrastructure, improving health services, and restoring livelihoods. Resilience building, humanitarian and development agencies must work together to help communities build resilience to future crises by strengthening systems and governance, improving livelihoods, and reducing vulnerability. Challenges in coordination and collaboration. Although coordination and collaboration are essential, they are often fraught with challenges, especially in complex emergencies or in areas with weak governance. Some of the challenges include different organizational cultures. Humanitarian agencies may have different operational models, objectives, and timelines, which can complicate coordination. Political sensitivities. Coordination is often hindered by political issues, such as government control or hostilities between factions. Resource constraints. Many humanitarian organizations struggle with limited resources, which can lead to competition rather than collaboration. Security concerns. In conflict zones, the safety of staff and beneficiaries may restrict coordination efforts and the sharing of information. Communication barriers. Miscommunication or lack of communication between organizations can lead to duplication of efforts or gaps in service delivery. Best practices for effective coordination. Effective coordination and collaboration require active engagement, trust building, and shared responsibilities among all stakeholders. Some best practices for ensuring effective coordination include regular communication, establishing clear channels of communication to keep all parties informed of activities, needs, and challenges. Joint planning, collaborative planning efforts, where all relevant stakeholders participate in defining priorities and strategies. Data sharing, sharing real-time data on needs assessments, resource availability, and security situations to prevent overlap and ensure efficient allocation of resources. Joint monitoring and evaluation, coordinated monitoring and evaluation of programs to ensure quality and identify gaps in service delivery. So that will be it for this module. Take the quiz to proceed to the next module. See you on the next module.